That's red path done, so we're now on to green path. Wonderful. I think green path, and I was already having a pretty easy time with green path and blue path. And that might be because they just, like, prioritize you doing terraforming parameters anyway. So, like, I secretly didn't understand that that was good. But now, I feel like it's on site. So, if we need to do expand life, your first step is building a bacteria spreader, and that 20 science hurdle is pretty big. But what if? What if you started with scientific? This is the question that I posit to you. And then we have silicate, so we could do more science production, so we could build more bacteria spreaders, and we can figure out the rest later. Regional buildings being cheaper, really good when regional buildings are expensive. And you're just like a science boy. I don't mean to disrespect a science boy. I am myself in many ways a science boy, but I think I gotta take my man Dramito here. And where do I want to start with this? Well, you probably want to start with, like, building your headquarters. So give me something like this. Give me something like this. Give me something like that. And give me a little bit of this. I want to work towards that first power plant. Because you know you always... Ooh, hang on. I think I might be able to make that. Like, really quick. Yeah. Nitrates. Now, why would you take... Oh my god. Yeah, please, sure. Oh my god. Slow down, please, not all at once. Why would I take this over a generator? Well, because we have the university, this produces 2 items per turn. A generator only produces 1 item per turn. It's more important in the early game to, like, focus on what those items actually are, but later on, that's just items, baby. And you're going to take the ones that give you the most other items. So let's get our second lab up. We're making 4 science per turn on turn 4. That seems untenable in the long term, but in the short term, I'm pogging. Now, what do we want to take? I think we want to take nitrates to get the 3rd lab up, and then obviously we can export a science. Like, even though we're saving up for a research center, and we're saving up for an eco home, we're making 3 science per turn after the trade. It's very good. Don't need any of you. Explore a nitrate tile. Build your 3rd lab, 6 science per turn on turn 5. Build your 2nd house, I guess, just for some initial early support, and then get on that tritium deposit so you can start building your generators. You no longer need to import that. Instead, we want tritium. We will export science. 6, we explore here. It should put us at 9. Give me a 2nd robot lab. Please be 9. The luck. This is the chosen run. And now we want titanium. We'll use exploration satellites to get it. We're going for robot hubs, and then we robot hub like here. Maybe work our way over here for a robot hub. We will probably turn this into a nitrates mine because we can spend nitrates on plant spreaders. And that'll be pretty good. An early resonance station versus a tuber farm when we have a silicates deposit. I think that would then be a resonance station. Yeah. I like this. And then I was like, oh, you should get titanium. I actually think that's still true. I'll grab this one because it also has silicates, though. Give me an open tile. That's where a bacteria spreader goes. Give me a silicates deposit. That's where a silicates mine goes. Like, maybe? How important is a 2nd city for Green Path? Not super important, I don't think. Is that true? Well, maybe it's important for hubs, but, like, you could also just get a train station. I'll take it. I think it has the highest upside. We already have a 2nd robot hub, and I don't remember. Yeah, we're totally good on labs, so I think that's fine. You're going to be a research center, so we can start to see more picks. And then at this point, we just want to get to 22 silicates. There's also science out there, which is nice. Yeah, this is all going very well so far. Doesn't help, kinda helps, is just sort of good. I'll take Automated Scientific Archive. It might make other techs down the road better. And then eventually I should probably like figure out food, but I don't want to yet. Let's take another robot hub. Turn your science project in. Explore for silicates. Explore for silicates. You're at 17. Next titanium allows you to build a mine on your silicates deposit, and then you can convert to importing silicates, and then you're good to go. Unless... what if you took a landing pad? Do you have the empty tile for one? Yeah, you do. Well, that's interesting to think about, isn't it? How about you grab that? And then we do this. So that we can get that. Because that's probably where the landing pad will go. Does it cost us the mines? Yes, but the mines aren't that important. Right now. I don't think. You've done great work. Let's get Pakai in here. Beatrix is not going to be that good. Yeah, I want Pakai in here. We haven't even founded our second city, so we should be able to take advantage of that perk pretty well. We could also just take our last house. Because I don't have a tile for this landing pad, I don't think. Like, what is this tile? It's a city spot. Actually, maybe I do have space for a second landing pad, now that I look at it. And that was the silicates we needed for you. So now we are just saving up titanium. And we're not even saving it up for mines anymore. These are all kind of bad, but a second research center seems pretty fun. A road paver depot seems pretty fun. Eventually these are going to be spreader buildings, but trade routes are so valuable in the early game that I think you just take them. And then what could... do you want to go anywhere? You don't really have space to go anywhere. I should get around to doing a second city soon. Like, what's your deal? You're a canyon? You're a crater? You're a decent crater. You could be a city. Alright, let's start working on expanding out here. You've got 2 canyon views. You've got what is probably a geothermal spot. You've got the rich soil spot. You have a titanium mine. You have a second titanium mine. Yeah, you're gonna go hard. And then we'll take our other trading route. Just keep exporting science. Here's our first bacteria spreader, finally. Here's our thermo generator, but it comes at... no, it doesn't. Hang on. Check this out. It doesn't come at the expense of anything. I will take both. Cut you down to 1. Bring you up to 2 to get the second tritium thermo generator up. We're going to need a lot of power for terraforming buildings eventually when they start showing up in our list of available buildings to pick. So let's get started on it early so that we have a power surplus built up by the time we get there. And next turn we can make like a tritium mine. Yeah, and now I think we just start taking like gas factories. Because it's the goal of the scenario, sort of, and it's also just the way that we want to get through the mid-game slump. Any other tritium? 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 7, 8, 9. Give me titanium instead. We can build the generator next turn. That's early and I love it. And I'll take one of you two. Get the generator up, plus 4 power per turn. Don't need to import you anymore. We'll just keep importing titanium. We got a lot of mines to build. And then we also want to keep exploring around this crater out here. So now we can build you. I need 2 more water. I can accomplish that. Support increase? We're going to fix it soon, don't worry. Take a bus station. Take a very cheap support building. White titanium instead? No. 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 Sure. You can just come down here. I suppose that's probably fine. And then get rid of you. Build another one of you. Put one of you up here for expansion slots. Take a canyon view. Take a canyon view. We'll bump up comfort of living there to keep people happy. And then like way in the back over here, we could even start to put in some of these terraforming plants. Get those counting early. Mine, huge asteroid. 40 titanium. 40 titanium is a lot of titanium. I'll do that. Take a terraforming plant. Looking at layouts. There's not a great spot for one, which is the only weird thing. But I am going to need more than 4 power per turn, so I guess I might as well take it. And then build a mine. Reset these. Start working on this. We're going to need to explore a lot of titanium in the coming days. Also, we still haven't gotten our first bacteria spreader up. That needs to happen soon. Holy cow, look at all these projects. I definitely take that, and I think I would take that. And I'm saving up for this. And I could just plunk this down for a little extra support. We are at minus 23 right now. It's not my favorite support building, but it's a support building, and I think that's what counts right now. Plus 6 titanium. That's great. And then do you need any of this? Or would you rather just save the power? No, I think I'll take it, just in case it's something good. It's a 3rd canyon view. I don't want to spend titanium on that right now, though, because I've got this stupid project running. But I'll spend titanium on that, because it's basically the same thing as an extra... the whatever. Trade away a science. We can fix the math on that science import later. Or we could just take a planetary engineering lab and then terraforming stuff. What's my next plan? My next plan should just be explore titanium anytime you see it. Get this project done, get our trade routes back. Take one of these for the future. Take one of these for the future. And then figure out what you want to throw away. Probably you. I'd rather spend you on terraforming. Eight. Mariam's going to be okay. Yolanda's going to be really... well, not like really good. Reduces the cost of landmark upgrades. It's not that great. But Unity of the Land is nice. Is it better than free drone hubs and Innovate? Not when I want to rush out a bacteria spreader, no. Also, this is super important. I gotta throw something out to get that. We really want as many lifeform choices as possible if we can manage it. And then I'll innovate so you get some science. I don't really want any of these. The biggest draw for doing that was so I could put a bacteria spreader down. You can just go here. And then explore where there's titanium. Good enough. And then spread your bacteria. Is Phobos going to get founded this game? Very unlikely. I'll come back to you if I need you. Take a second bacteria spreader, though. And then just start amassing science for it. I think I'm just going to rush science for a couple turns to get these bacteria spreaders up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 6. We have 1 spare titanium in reserve right now. Tundra Forest or Dark Bacteria? I'll take a plant spreader. We can actually afford them right now. A third bacteria spreader. Who says no? Start throwing all this junk out. We don't need it anymore. We've got bacteria. I can't really afford it, but I'm going to do it so that I can get access to an empty tile and a titanium mine. So I can get a bacteria spreader down so I can continue terraforming parameters. And then we're not going to be able to support that project this turn, but that's okay. We'll do 3 turns towards importing atmospheres from another planet. And you can still perform an action, huh? Just give me like a single drone hub then. You can go here. We're saving up 8 power and 8 titanium for that. That's a ways away. Please, mercy. It's too much. But I really want you. I'll see lifeform delivery again. I think it's way more important that we get oceans going, because that's going to be our main gate to getting plants growing. And then I need titanium. Any titanium? Yes. Small hint of titanium. Big hint of titanium. But we don't have the power to get to it. So that's going to have to be good enough. Off of you, back onto you. New scientific fields. Applied research. Lightweight hull structures is real good. Please, mercy. I don't have room for all the good buildings that you want to give me right now. Like, I guess we do a spaceport? No, we can do more than this. We can innovate. We can also take the combined living center, and then we can spend lightweight hull structures so that we're not at hand limit. And then we don't have enough titanium. We need to dial you back by 1. Oh my god, it just keeps giving us, like, goated space projects turn after turn. And a train station? I don't need a terraforming building, then. I'm also 4 turns away from losing. I'm not sure when that happened. Oh, because I forgot to repair all these buildings. Because I don't have titanium. Alright, you need to do that so that I can repair all these buildings. Repair it? Yeah, like everything here is busted. Okay. It wasn't nearly as bad as I thought. But we did cost ourselves a lot of support by not noticing that until it was much later. That also spent all of my titanium. I can't finish you this turn. That's so unlucky. Can't finish you either. Alright, import 1, export 1. We have a problem in this game right now, which is that our economy is way stronger than our ability to actually place buildings. What do I mean by that? Well, we have almost 40 silicates, but we can't place any of the buildings in our hand that cost silicates because we're gated on other resources. And all of our trade routes are spoken for by all of these space projects that we're working on, so it's just an awkward spot for us to be in. Now, I think it gets fixed this turn, sort of, if we can find a decent titanium spot that we can reach. Like, that might be good enough. But really, we need to do something here that, like, advances the plot. What advances the plot? Building these canyon views will probably stem the bleeding on our support. Building this titanium deposit will really alleviate pressure on our trade routes. So those should be the 2 things that we really try and focus on here. After that, I think things get a lot better. So you're done. We now have 41 titanium. That gives us a lot to work with. Take import oceans, take a second plant spreader. We have 2 ocean imports coming up that give us 90 ocean. I think that might be enough to take us to 2, which means that we could start to consider growing plants. We also have enough power to explore for just a shred of a hint of tritium so that we can run these projects more than we currently are. And then we can put down another bacteria spreader with this road paver depot. Because you can reach here, you can reach here, and I don't think I'm restarting that volcano anytime soon. So give me a third bacteria spreader, put bacteria in there. We have 31 titanium. We can now finally build these canyon views. All 3 of them. Now we're down to just -10, but our comfort of living is so high here that all we have to do is fill this place out with residences and we will be A-okay. You have my word. What do you need for that to happen? You need food. This might be important just as a building. Throw the rest out. Explore this tile. It's geothermal. That's great. What do we want to do with it? Do we want to make a geothermal power plant? I think so. Because we kind of have power issues. So we've spent almost all of our titanium in like 3 turns, and we had 40, which is insane to consider. However, I think we got a lot of leverage out of it. Also, we could turn this into an ag complex. I don't want to do that. I want to turn it into a nitrates mine instead. Because I've got 2 plant spreaders just waiting in the wings here in my hand. Next steps, train station would be really good. So good, in fact, that I'm going to take 1 turn off from doing importing oceans so that I hit 13 power next turn and I can make it. And then start giving me an animal spreader because our oxygen is kind of on the up and up here. Eco homes are just going to be nice and cheap. And I don't want you around anymore. Instead, I want you around. That's a city spot? No, I think that's actually a plant spreader spot. If you double check your notes. And you should not have any power to do anything this turn. Yeah, every 2 distance hex we've gotten already. So our next step here is to figure out what we're going for after this. Just pop over to the volcano quick. We could even grab that tile if we wanted to. That could be a second spreader. I'm going to do that now. Our next city expansion. Down here is looking like a ton of resources, so I'm thinking here is probably going to wind up being pretty good. I don't have anything to do with Mariam this turn. I think that's where I want to work to. I also think that Mustafa is uniquely suited to this path because he's got his gene modification. So I'm going to take him almost certainly. I have a lot of strong buildings here. Hyperloop is really good. I'll take it. And then you propose 2 extra projects. I'll do that for like a cheap tile, just to look around. I'm not impressed by any of these though. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. In 2 turns that'll be done and we can get some of our trade routes back. Support income is taking a nosedive. Gene Vault is going to be really good in this city. You can just go here. I could also just get to that titanium mine. But that's going to make all the spreaders in Kasei Base that much faster. So even though I can't spread plants right now, I'm going to put it down. Because next turn I think I'll be able to, because this project will be done. if I can find tritium. That's 3 away. I can. It's you. So you finish next turn. We'll start in on you. Yeah. We'll do this. End turn. Atmosphere is up. We have another water project. We'll just slot that right back in. No. Get lifeform delivery first while it's there. You can get water later. You need to get lifeform delivery at some point this game, otherwise you're going to be really unhappy. Finish that project. And then we've got all this bacteria spreading to do. We have all this plant spreading to do. It's actually the only place we can spread plants right now. No, you could spread plants in Elysium too. Why did it not give you the option? Weird. Well, I think next turn we can put rabbits down in some spots. What spots? Arcadia, possibly? We might need temperature in Arcadia, which we're kind of working towards with the giant heater. In the meantime, we should probably just import lifeforms. And then we'll rely on exploration satellites for doing the work down here. That's a canyon view. That's not going to be a city. How about you? You're my next hope for being a city. Grab a skyscraper. Who knows? Might come in handy. Oxygen is up. Good. Atmosphere is improving. Orbital ring gives us a lot of extra trade routes. It's going to eat up our tritium for a while, but that's fine. We'll do that and that. And then I need you to come down here. God, it's so much power, but... Well, no, not if you do this first. This might be the spot. This lava tube right here. We can reach everything in 3 hexes. Here, 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 here. And then whatever that is. So this is going to be a city. For sure. The only issue is we need to find food for it. So let's start thinking about how to solve that problem. Well, the first step would probably be like grabbing buildings that make food. Because you do have 46 water. And then the second step would be throwing out a skyscraper, because it's unrealistic that you're going to have 60 food to spend anytime soon. And then the third step would be importing food. But I kind of want to finish these. Do you want to finish them more than the resources that you would get from the city? No, because I'm not resource gated right now, I'm trade route gated. You are trade route gated. Does that mean that you should be not exporting tritium? No, I think it means you should be doing this. So that you can finish the new trade route project even faster. Shrubs or plankton? I'll take plankton. My hand is full, so I'm just not going to take any. And then I think we just got to start hitting all of these tritium spots so that we can rush this project down. Like that. How are we doing on spreaders? They're coming up, sort of. Can you put your hairs down yet? No, Arcadia is still a little too cold, and Elysium is still not quite oxygenated enough. Lower Utopia is still too cold. Xanthi's not oxygenated enough. Next oxygen tick is when animals will really start to go off. Robots provide extra expansion? No. I don't really want any of these. My hand is just kind of choked full of stuff that I can't use. Take a pine forest. We could probably grow one of those. I'm also looking at this mineral cave. You could protect natural heritage down here for pretty cheap. That'll help a little bit with your support. 25 water, not that important. Animal spreader, probably important. Giant heater, important. But I can't expand to Arcadia right now. It would go right there. But I don't have the expansion tile. It should actually just be this house. What I should really do, because comfort of living is so high here, I should build 2 houses here rather than starting an entirely new city, because that's what's going to fix my support issues. And then import. Sure, I'll take penguins. Not enough tritium in stock, that's fine. Scale it back by 1, import 1, export 1. And then you can do it. That'll be done next turn. And then I can't hold all these projects. I don't need a bus station. Homestead's a lot of support. Yeah, but you can't do anything with your hand anyway. Okay, so now you have 5 trade routes. Your economy is a shambles, but you have 5 trade routes. Fix your trade routes. You have 89 science. Like, spend resources that you have, instead of just doing absolutely nothing with your time, but watch your support tick down. Tritium. Tritium is important. We're going to import 1 more life form, and we're really looking for something that's just mega prestige. Like sharks, and then with your last turn, you're going to gene mod sharks, and sharks are going to be our big prestige earner for the goal state. All we need to do is get to 2 oxygen in any zone that has water. And then we're in good shape. Spread a life form. We can spread plankton? Holy cow. Sure. Plankton's quite good. You could also... Do you need power or science for anything right now? What are you saving up for? You're saving up for a combined living center. You're saving up for trade routes, but you're a ways off from them. I think you can afford to put your maglev down. Specifically so that you can go to here and you can get ready to put this giant heater down to improve temperatures in Arcadia, because it's one of the highest oxygen zones right now. That isn't, like, crushingly, devastatingly cold. Yeah, I think that's fine. And then we end turn. Support income getting bad, but we're closer than you might think to winning. We're actually much closer than you might think to winning. Give me this spot. Just make it another bacteria spreader. Keep dumping plankton out here. They do a great job with parameters. 1 atmosphere, 1 oxygen. They're like cyanophyta, but they do a little bit better when it's not cold. Unfortunately, it is cold, so they're going to have to deal. But sharks? Are sharks the highest prestige thing I have? Yes. All we have to do is hit 2 oxygen, and then we spread sharks twice, and we're good to go. Some might even say better than good to go. We might even be like great to go. So we could also expand here. That could be an animal spreader. Still can't build a nitrates mine there, but it actually might end up not even being a nitrates mine. Maybe it should just be an agricultural complex, since we need food. Victor, you've done great. Support is pretty good. We're going to take Tizvetan again. I don't care about any of these. I'm going to bulldoze your hospital so I can build a movie studio instead. I swear it's not like a commentary or like current events or anything like that. It's just that like all the comfort of living you get from this place is really good. And then I gotta get to 30 food. Obviously export science to do that. What is the best spot for me to put a rocket silo? A spaceport, as other people I've heard call them. Here is a silicates mine. Here is nothing, but it's comfort of living. I'm less worried about the free trade route and more worried about comfort of living, so I'm going to put it here. And then I'm going to keep working on oceans. And then let's get some plankton out there. Cacti or temperate rainforest? I don't think there's a shot we're making temperate rainforest, but I'll dream. Another animal spreader? There's no way we build 3. We're already going to be pretty pressed to build 2. Just keep exploring for now, I think. Find more places that we can expand our spreader buildings to, if necessary. So next turn we have 30 food. We can make a combined living center. We can reset all of these. I think we can go back to finishing space projects, which means exploring for titanium, because we're going to run out relatively soon. Oxygen ticks up next turn, which means next turn we'll be looking at making animal spreaders. +1 O2. +1 rain, +2 rainfall could also matter. I think that's all that matters here. You can also expand here, great. And then animal spreaders. Now is the time. Oh, we can even put sharks down. Oh, we might just win. 5 turns? Look at that bar go up. And then we come over here and we're like, hey, you want to make a nature documentary about sharks? 36 support. You want to build a house near sharks? It's over. We've got this one in the bag. Expand. Expand. I could just extract you for oceans. I'm going to do it. I don't need a water mine. I would like to make a second animal spreader, though, but in 5 turns we can just make more sharks. Trade routes not assigned? Okay, well, that's like your opinion. Spaceport University import oceans? I would import oceans again still. Actually, no, I wouldn't. I'd rather work on heat parameters because we've made no progress on them. And then if I could just find 1 titanium, I could finish that project this turn. Would I spend 7 power to do it? I'd consider other options first. But finding none of them? Yeah, I'd spend 7 power to do it. So then we can turn you down. We can put you in. Next turn we flood even more, which means we're going to need to build dikes around this thing. Otherwise it's going to flood. And then we still have a decision? I don't know. I don't need any of these. Get them out of here. Never mind, that still wasn't enough titanium. Alright, well. Math is hard, I suppose. Don't need these. I'm just waiting for my animal spreader. And other spreaders. I'll take some water. Can we do anything interesting with rainfall? I don't think so, because temperature is our problem. Do a little bit of that. And then even more of that. Okay, we have a bacteria spread available. We do have a plant spread building. We've got one in hand already. Okay, oxygen's going great. 11 per turn. We're going to flood again. And now we should have even more places that we can put sharks. I also would like to explore water to start working on a second animal spreader. We'll be at 19 next turn. We can trade after this project is done, though. Okay, can't afford to do that. That's fine. That's fair. Give me that instead. None of these continue to matter. Grab more water. 23, 24. 24 next turn. 26. What do you mean not assigned? Just finish that. Support's going up. Don't need any. Just get like this water. That should be good enough. And then put an animal spreader here, and then we go, you like sharks? And then we go, how do you feel about sharks? And we're at 62 of 80. We're going to need a couple of these plant spreaders to come up. Coral reef. Could do a coral reef. That'd be fun. You're up in 5. You're up in 3. You're up in 1. When's my next plant spreader up? 5. It's because you don't have nitrates. Let's get nitrates then. Any nitrate spots? Yes. We have so much power. Hey, we don't. Like, we're just barely scraping by, but it's a good feeling when you're like, oh, this costs 8 power to do? Sure, I'll spend it. Could also do deer. And animal tracking is going to be quite good. Again, like I think we've got this sewn up, but I guess we should be a little more careful. Am I sure I wish to end? Can still perform an action? Sure. Go find more nitrates. We're at 24. We only need to be at 26. So maybe something like, I don't know, work on power. We might need to build this giant heater. I don't know why we have 63 silicates, but we do. Spaceport, Ocean Lab, giant space mirrors. Okay. Water, sure. Where do you even fit? This is never going to be the giant heater, so just spread plants. And it's too cold for everything, except for a little bit of tasteful boreal forest. Next time an animal spreader's up, I think that's game. So 3 turns. We have 53 turns to go. Or 3 turns to go. We're at turn. We'll win on turn 53. Jesus. That's what I was trying to communicate. Available leaders? Yeah, get out of here. Sure, more importing life. Sorry I'm not, like, explaining a lot of these decisions that carefully. I think it's just that on Green Path, you know if you're on a trajectory to win, like, really, really far out. You have a very good sense of, like, am I going to win this game or not, and roughly when is it going to happen. Reduce the rain requirement. The problem is that heat is what's keeping us out of all of these, but I guess I'll knock tropical rainforest down to 2. Do we have heat 1 anywhere right now? No. However, we go here, and we go here. We can put a cloud no, not a cloud seeder, a mirror. Yeah. So now we've got temperature 1, oxygen 2, rain 2 in there. We should be able to do a lot. I'll take a rover museum. Next plant is in 2 turns. Next animal's in 2 turns. We win this game on turn 53. I can promise you this. It is, as the kids say, on site. Minus 54. Don't need any of this. Plant me. Okay, that's a little bit of a problem, because we already have a plant here. But this is technically more support. You don't have anywhere you can go. But then animals to the rescue. Stick a deer down here. Are you joking me? I need to explore a tile in a region that we're not in yet, so I can put bacteria in it. When is my plant spreader up? 3 turns? Animal spreader in 1 turn. We'll be fine. I lied to you. It's actually going to be turn 54. I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean to, like, deceive anyone. There we go. Alright. I told a white lie. I apologize. But what matters is we finished. So, I wanted to try and get 4 games in today, because in the stream schedule I posted, in the VOD schedule I posted on YouTube, I made the false claim that Terraformers would go out Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I actually only played 2 games of Terraformers last week, so one of these games is going to get folded into this week rather than being in last week's VOD. But I'm down a game of Terraformers, and I need to find a place to pick it up. I don't think it's going to be tonight, though, because I want to go and make dinner. It's pushing 6 p.m. I got started kind of late today. At some point, we're either going to play Terraformers twice in 1 week, or we're going to play 4 games in one sitting. I can't tell you which one it's going to be. We're going to cross that bridge when we come to it. But at the latest, next Monday, we'll do Blue Path, Per Aspera, Planet of Knowledge. And then the week after that is going to be the rematch on Expansionist Unrealistic Difficulty. So I will catch you guys around for that if you decide to stop by. If not, there is always the VODs channel, which I have a command for, and there is also the Discord if you would like stream notifications when I go live. I find it difficult to maintain an actual, I will play at noon every Monday kind of thing, because work has a really flexible schedule. The best way for you to know when I'm going to go play something on Twitch is by being in the Discord, giving yourself the role that notifies you when I go live on Twitch. Otherwise, if you just happen to wander by this, you're like, I don't really like Twitch that much as a live format at all, VOD's channel is exactly what you're looking for. So I encourage you to peruse the space, find resources that interest you, and for those of you who are regulars on the channel, I will catch you around on Tuesday at 9 p.m. for Guild Wars 2. We're going to be testing out probably Scourge again, because I screwed the formatting up. So I think we're probably just going to play Scourge on Wednesday, or on Tuesday. But, plans are always subject to change. So, catch you guys around for that. Otherwise, enjoy the 4th, have a good afternoon, hope the air quality is not too bad wherever you are, and I'll see you around next time.